growing your bets. You start with a small level. You're not going to lose more than 10 bucks, right? You're going to hammer a good run. You don't need any weird conditions. You don't got to regress. You don't got to pray. You don't got to do it, right? And you can budget it nice and easily. The bad thing, again, you need a good run. So here we are in Gambling 401, and we've been through this gamut of things, right? We've been through psychology and bankroll and math and all the things, right? Now we're getting into playing styles, right? Today I want to talk about growing up your bets. And what I mean by that is this. I view, whether it's craps or roulette or whatever the game is, there's really only three ways really to bet. Three core ways to play. One, we'll do it today. Start small and build your bets up. Use the power of compounding to make your extra money. That's one way to play. Start as low as you can. Limit your exposure as low as you can, and let the run come to you and build it up, right? The other thing you can do is start with a medium-sized bet and collect a bet that's sized up so that the collections you're bringing back are meaningful to you. For example, in craps, $160 across, every win brings back at least one green chip, right? You're bringing back a meaningful amount, and you can say, look, I'm going to do that 4 times. It's going to be 4 green chips and I'm gone, right? Don't have to work very hard. It's a same bet system, right? Collect all day long. You can just go medium size, meaningful wins, and get out. That's my paycheck strategy, actually. You can start high, right? You can go out and say, I'm going to go out big, double what I want, and take a win and come all the way back down and regress my bets to a smaller amount. So in one spin of the wheel, one roll of the dice, one hand of the game, you win enough money that you can bring back a profit to your rack, bring back a profitable amount of money. You're better than what you started, and have money to play with. That's a regression system. You can either start small, start big, or start in the butter zone. That's it. How you employ those, though, and merge them together as part of the way that you attack the casino, and the way you phase in your play makes you a dangerous player. And I think that's where the 401 level of gambling comes into play. It's not just the greatest strategy in the world. It's, look, I'm going to regress first because I have the bankroll to do so. Then I'm going to get myself to a medium-sized level, collect 4 times, and then I'm going to regress one more time to a small level and beat the crap out of from the small. You can combine these ways to play into multiple things, right? We'll get to that later on. But every strategy, every way of playing, every way of betting starts with one of these 3 things. Today, I want to really hit into, are you a grower? This is start small and let it fly. Start small and just unleash it, right? A lot of times we overcomplicate things, right? When I'm doing a medium size, just collect, I got to put more risk out there. When I'm going big, like I did in my paycheck show and taking a regression, I got half my bankroll at risk, right? Yeah, when it works, it's great. I can play quote unquote for free on house money, right? But ultimately, right, you might be more concerned with your initial risk and say, you know what, let's start small. If the table minimum is $10, I'm putting $10 out there on the blackjack hand. I'm putting $10 out there on my baccarat hand. I'm putting $10 on 1 dozen. Table minimum. And when it happens for me, then we'll start increasing the bet sizes, and we'll use the power of compounding to make more money. The nice thing about this is this. You can optimize for time to some degree. The problem with starting small and letting it fly is that time becomes a little bit more of your enemy because your collections are slower and smaller, right? You're building, so you're not collecting enough money early. You're playing really to get a hold of one. So the time crunch or the time hit on a grower strategy is a little bit more felt, right? You feel it more because it takes longer to get there because you're compounding. As the big one happens, though, the compounding helps you, right? The donks, again, you can always control the donks, what you're betting on. The money thing with growing your bets up is that you're a low initial exposure, right? And potentially on a good run of whatever the game is, your profit level is going to be bigger because again, you're compounding the wins. So the money advantage here on a grower strategy is huge when you catch a good run. However, it takes time to build up the steam. It's almost like a big heavy thing rolling downhill. It's going to roll slow, and then it picks up like a snowball. Picks up energy as it goes. That's what growers do. The grower style of betting is that. Very slow at the outset, losing, but really taking advantage of a big one, right? And that's the advantage of it. Your risk is low to start. Which is great, okay? You're not wasting anything either, okay? You think about somebody who does, let's say they same bet 4 times, and then they start doing a press, right? Hit the red, hit the red, hit the red, hit the red. 5th time, now I go to a little bit of a bigger bet, right? That person, right, if you do that, you're missing out. You're missing out on the run. If you're a grower and you say, I'm going to go with $10, we're going to win $10. I'm going to make it look like 15 and take 5 back. So I'm still upside down, right? The next hit wins 15, make it look like 20, take back 10. Now I'm ahead. It's taking you 2 shots to get the profit where the other person's already got 2 profits, right? That's the thing. You hammer a good run when you're growing, right? You don't have any conditions to make. You don't need a complex set of things to happen. You don't got to regress. You don't got to pray and it's time to run. You just go. It's easy to budget it, right? I'm going to go on craps 64 across. I bring $640. I try it 10 times. It works or it doesn't, right? It's simple. Simple. You're trying to get one of them to go. That's the advantage of it, right? It's bankroll control. You know what your losses are going to be. Your conditions are just, let's have a good one, right? The advantages, I think, are pretty clear. The disadvantages, though, are this. It requires a good run. It only works when a good run happens. You need to get 4 or 5 reds in a row. You need to get 4 or 5 bankers in a row. You need to get the field to go on a run in the crap. You need to get 15 roller, right? You got to break the average to have a growing style strategy make money for you. People who play this way are often frustrated because they feel like they either tie or lose a little bit all the time. It's like tie, you go 44 inside a craps table, take 3 hits, you got your $45 back, and then the 7 comes. Okay, we tied. We lost $3. Lost $3. Win $10, lose $30. And you're here all the time until the good one happens. You're kind of going in there agreeing with the casino. I'm going to give you the house edge. We're going to tie, win a little or lose a little 9 times out of 10, and maybe 1 time out of 10 we hit it. Okay, you sputter a lot in this kind of play versus the person who's same betting is always bringing money back, right? Always bringing, maybe not all of it, but they're bringing money back all the time. So losing at the expected rate is going to really hurt you when you're playing a growth building strategy. Okay, but we can compare it out. How does it compare to same betting on a good run, right? We can go to our table here and let's take a look at this. Let's go back to table. Let's look at a growth strategy versus a same bet strategy and to see over the course of a 4 series run how it looks. Okay, I got a cross bet up here for right now, but let's work a field bet. Okay, and we're gonna take again. We're gonna do a little comparison. Let's pretend we get 4 good outcomes in the field. I'll put one guy here and one guy here. Okay, same bet and the grow guy. Okay, let's pretend we get this a 3-1-4. We get 4 4s in a row. Okay, let's pretend the same bet guy, of course, is going to get 1. He's going to get $10 too. Now, what's going to happen is this: in the rack, he's going to press the 15 and take $10 to the rack. He's going to put $10 in his rack. That's hit number 1. Let's mark the hits. There's hit number 1. Okay, hit number 2. The guy same betting is going to get another $10. He's going to put $10 more in his rack. This guy over here is going to win $15. He's going to stack his bet and he's going to put $10 in his rack. Now, he's still 2 rolls in. He's behind 2 out. And again, this could be blackjack hands. This could be roulette, red and black. This could be a baccarat. I'm using the field and craps as an example, but picture any game where you get paid 1-to-1 as the same thing. Now on hit 3, where are we at? Hit 3. And again, it's a miracle to get 3 in a row, right? Win 3 blackjack hands in a row, win 3 baccarat hands in a row, get 3 reds in a row. It's really hard to do this, okay? In most cases, you're going to get 2. Back-to-back wins is fine. This guy's ahead of that guy. Now, he gets paid again $10. He's got $30 in his rack. This guy here gets paid $20, up by 1 unit, and brings back 3. He's got 30. He's got 15, 30. On the 3rd hit, they're equal. On the miracle hit, now here's like the super miracle. Now we're gonna like, okay, now we've really bucked the odds, right? The fourth magical hit, he's gonna have the fourth hit, $40 in profit. This guy over here is gonna win a quarter. Okay, now he's got the same $40 and he's $15 ahead. It took him 4 hits to get $15 ahead by pressing up 1 unit from a base, starting at a base bet, right? Same initial risk. They're both going to lose $10. At worst, they're both going to lose the same amount of money, right? This guy here, though, compounded his wins. Now, the power of compounding is here, because if we win again, right? Let's say we go up by another unit. Now he's got 30 in here, right? If you catch the magic, right? Again, compound. This is like, again, using investment money, compounding your banks, right? Here we go, $50. He's got now $50 in his rack. He's got 5 straight wins. This guy here, by the way, is like you putting $1,000 in the bank or a money market fund and getting back your 5% and withdrawing the 5% and going to buy coffee with it, right? And the next month you get another 5%, and the next month another 5%. You're not making any headway. This guy here is taking his 5% and putting it back, leaving it in the bank. And next month he's getting 5% of 10,050. And the next month he's getting 10% of 10,065. And you get more and more. Anyway, on this 5th magical hit, we're getting paid $30 over here, up to 35. Now look at where the profit is. He's got 50, 60, $75 in profit. The compounding nature of growing your bet on a good run far outweighs this. He's up over him by 50%. He's got $50, he's got $75. He's got a 50% bigger profit than this guy does in the same number of hits, right? On a good run, a small growth strategy works really well, okay? Let's compare that though. Let's go back to the base bet and let's do a more aggressive one. Let's say you're getting a better return. Let's say you're going to be doing a bigger investment, right? Let's say you're going to invest a base bet sized thing every time. So the first win, you win 10. Let's go back over here. First win, you win 10. You stack the whole thing up for $20, okay? That next win, you win $20. You stack up 1 unit and bring back, right? Now you're at, I need greens here. Now you're at $30 out here, okay? On the second hit, right? All you've got back so far is your money back in 2 hits. On the third hit, though, check this out. You're going to get paid $30, 25, $30, right? You're going to go up by another $10. Another unit goes up. And every time you do this, you go up by a full 10. And you're going to, instead of pressing 1, you're pressing 2. Now you're getting paid 40, right? Up by a unit. Look at that. And that third hit, get your money back plus 50. Third back, he's only got 30. Right? The compounding nature of that is now we're going to be at $50. So the next hit pays 50. Looks like 60. That was the 4th hit, right? And here we go. We're going to get paid. Now we're going to get paid $60 on this last one. Look at the compounding wins now. From $10, 1, 2, 3, 4, $100, $150, $160 comes back. But the cost of that was collecting nothing on the first hit, nothing on the second hit, and then the compounding starts to roll up, right? That's why I say, if you don't catch the run, this guy's always going to be ahead. He's going to get 10, 20, 10, 20, 10, 20, and then on the good run, you're going to kill him on a good run. But all those other runs where you never got to the third hit, where you never got here, you just got 2 hits here, this poor son of a gun only had $5 in his rack. He lost money on the average most of the time happenings. 2 in a row you can get. He loses $5 every time there's 2 in a row. This guy here is up $20 every time there's 2 in a row. You get 2 in a row 10 times, he's got $200 in his rack. You get 2 in a row 10 times, he's down $50 in his rack. When you get the 4, he gets the 160 and he recovers all that potential loss. And that's how the grower makes his money. The grower makes his money based on the power of compounding wins. The same bettor makes his money on the power of averages, which is most of the time you don't get the compounding to happen. It isn't like the S&P 500 where it's always going up, right? These bets don't always go up. You're gonna experience One hit, loss. One hit, loss. 2 hits, loss. You're going to be jagged little pills all over the freaking place as you're doing this, right? So the compounder is hoping, the grower is hoping for the run. They're playing for the run. They have a minimum sized bet. They're only going to lose $10, but they're going to lose that $10 all the freaking time. But yeah, the guy that's compounding his bets, right, on a good run outpaces the other guy. But what happens is most of the time, the guy that's same betting, collecting, all the time collecting, he's up $100 and some on the five throws or the 5 results that are 2 in a row. He's up $100 or whatever that was, $50. The other guy's down until the good one happens, right? Now, again, there's advantages to this, right? The advantage of growing your bets. You start with a small level. You're not going to lose more than $10, right? You're going to hammer a good run. You don't need any weird conditions. You don't got to regress. You don't got to pray. You don't got to do it, right? And you can budget it nice and easily. The bad thing, again, you need a good run. If you're not collecting, you got to break the average. You got to get past 2 in a row. You got to get into 3 in a row and 4 in a row before you start making money on these things, right? If you lose at the expected rate, you're going to get crushed, right? And over time, as you know, we all will lose at the expected rate. That's why the casinos make their money. So, you got to be willing to play this way. 2 things. 1, accept the losses that you're not going to get. But when it's a good run, you better destroy that good run. You better destroy it to take advantage when you get the chance. You don't get the chance very often. And when it comes, you got to bet the streak that you're in aggressively to get that done. Maybe you're going to, 1 unit press, 1.5 unit press, 2 unit press, 3 unit press, and pull it, right? Double compound, right? Those are things to think about. We're going to get into discussions later on about pressing patterns, right? That's a big topic of mine, is talking about ways we can press, right? We'll get into that, I think, in the next module or so. All half press, single press, full press, all these different patterns, right? How you hammer that run. If you want to play this way, there's lots of ways to approach it, and they all speak to you in different ways. Some people want to just be a parlay, and buy. Some people want to grow slow. You can choose your way, but starting small and limiting your initial exposure, I think, is a good way. If you're going to be a streak player or you're going to be a hammer guy, start small, let them grow up. And I think that's a way to kind of protect your bankroll at the same time as getting the hot run. Just be prepared. A lot of ties and a lot of small losses are going to be in your future as you do it this way. So, well, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to leave us a comment here in the comment section for the video, but really better still, join us on Discord. Go to casinogaming.tv and hit the community link in the menu there and join our Discord. That's where me, other YouTubers, and all of our subscribers hang out. We sit there and talk strategy and just BS kind of all day long. It's a great way to get connected and stay connected and kind of interact with the team, learn about meetups and get-togethers and all that kind of stuff. So with all that said, again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate your time. God bless you, and I will see you in the next one.